Welcome to the Cozza Lawcast, where life, business, and the law collide. And now, here's your host, attorney, and founder of the Cozza Law Group, Rocco Cozza.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Cozza Lawcast. Today, I want to talk about 3 things I learned about business during a pandemic. Yes, 2020 is finally coming to an end. It's the end of December. This has been the year of the pandemic. This has been the year of the toilet paper shortages, the quarantines, the lockdowns, the business shutdowns. So many things happened this year. And as I've been spending time reflecting on the year and planning for 2021, I realized that there were quite a few important things that I've learned about business this year. Now, these were things that I may have known, but I didn't understand the extent of their importance until this year. And this is what I want to talk about, because I think these are 3 important things. If you are a business owner or contemplating starting a business, you need to understand. Now, the first thing that I really understood more this year was to be a successful business, you have to be nimble and agile. And what I mean by this is when things happened like they did this year, if you weren't able to adjust to the new landscape quickly, you were impacted greatly. I came into this year, we're a small business boutique law firm here in Pittsburgh, PA. I was super excited for the year, had some great meetings set up in January and February. I'm an in-person networker. I love to develop business face-to-face, and I was super excited coming into this year. And then we get to March, and we realize that, this pandemic's coming, and we're going to start shutting things down. And the way I operate as a business owner, as a lawyer, as a business developer came to a screeching halt. Now, I could have been negative. I could have said, you know what, this is frustrating and it's not my fault, and could have just sulked in the negativity. But I knew that if I wanted to grow the way I had planned to grow this year, I had to adjust quickly. I had to be nimble. I had to be agile. And I started to do things differently. I looked at different opportunities I had as a lawyer to serve my clients. I knew that my clients were businesses. They were going to have to understand this landscape, this new COVID landscape, this new quarantine landscape, all these new rules that were in place. So I had to adjust quickly, understand those rules, and be able to advise my clients in the best possible way. I also had to understand that I couldn't develop business face-to-face. So how could I adjust? I had to do more things online. I had to go out and do more reach out to people over email or over text messages or over social media. I had to adjust. And because we're small, because we're nimble, because we understood the importance of being able to move and adjust quickly, we actually succeeded this year. And it's a great feeling to come out of the end of this year learning so much about the importance of being agile as a business. I've seen a lot of large businesses that were impacted severely this year because they couldn't adjust quick enough to the new landscape. Look at this year. Look how fast things change. Every day we were getting new information, new rules were in place. And a lot of businesses that were large, successful businesses were impacted greatly. And I learned that the businesses that were nimble and agile and were able to adjust quickly succeeded to a great extent this year because of that. So that's the first thing I learned this year, the real importance of being nimble and agile. No matter what size organization you have, try to maintain some level of being able to move and adjust quickly. Now, the second thing I learned this year is you actually have to provide solutions to problems people actually have. If you think about that for a second, there were a lot of businesses that were successful coming into this year, but when people no longer needed those services or the ability to get those services were significantly impacted, those businesses felt the pain because they may have been providing a solution to something, but it may not have been a solution to a problem everybody has. Too many people and too many business owners, I think, where I've seen in my career, they come up with these ideas, and they may be great ideas, and they may be a really cool concept or a really cool business, but they don't really solve a major problem that people have. The businesses that succeeded through this year solved the problems people had. They adjusted to the delivery models. They adjusted to the new way of life, to the way COVID has impacted society. They were solving the problems in real time. And to be a successful business, you have to provide solutions to problems. Look at the law, right? When courts closed and crime went down, a lot of those lawyers were impacted by that because there weren't problems to solve right now. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that that's an analogy for this point. You have to, if you want to succeed long term and have long term viability as a business, you have to constantly be solving problems people have. So a lot of those lawyers that I know, they adjusted. They started providing different services in different practice areas. And that goes back to that first point. They were nimble and agile and able to adjust because now they realized that the problems they were solving in the past didn't exist at that time, or they decreased substantially. So now they had to solve new problems. So if you are a business, or if you're thinking about starting a business, look at it from that perspective. Ask yourself, what problem am I solving? And is this problem always going to be there? Or is this a novelty problem? Because this year taught us that certain things that we thought people needed, they really don't. And we're learning a lot about society moving forward. And I think this year has given an opportunity to a lot of businesses to make those adjustments, to see new opportunities. I look at what we've done as a law firm. We see a lot of new opportunities in the landscape out there because we see these new problems people have. We see these new problems that our clients need to solve. And if we could be of service to them and help them solve them, we will succeed long term. So that's the second thing. You gotta solve problems people actually have. And the last thing I learned, and this really isn't a technical business tip, but you've got to have the right mindset. This year has just been a shitty year, let's be honest. It's been one for the ages, one no one could have expected. And at a certain point in time, I think we all got down. We all were negatively impacted. I don't know one person in my social or professional circles that didn't have a moment during this year where they just got down in the dumps. I did. I know that for a fact. There was a point in time where I was really low and I was really down. But I had to make that adjustment. And it came back to having the right mindset. To be successful in business, to succeed long-term in business, you have to have the right mindset because business is hard in and of itself. Couple that with a year like this, with a pandemic and new restrictions in place and businesses being shut down due to no fault of their own. If you don't have the right mindset, you're just going to give up because it gets way too hard. So I'm encouraging all of you out there, to really take a step back and look at your mindset. Get your mind right, because if you don't have a positive mindset in business, and if you let these things that have happened this year impact you negatively, it's not going to help you long term. Now, look, I'm not saying you have to be perfect. You're going to have bad days. You're going to be stressed. You're going to have shitty days. That's just business. That's just life. But you have to know when that's happening and right the ship. Correct course. Because if you don't and you keep sliding down that negative hillside or spiral, it'll never help your business. And it's actually going to hurt your business more than you can imagine, because you as the business owner or the entrepreneur, and you're leading an organization, if your mind isn't right, how do you expect your people's mind to be right? I know myself as the leader of this firm, if I'm not working the hardest or being the most positive in the office, I can't expect my people to do more than me or to think more positively than me. I've got to be the leader. I've got to have the right mindset. I've got to set the pace. And that's what I learned this year more than anything, is the importance of that mindset. I've always been into personal development and bettering myself every day, but I never understood the extent of how important it is until a year like this. This year has shaken us all to the core. legitimately to the core, but it helped me learn so many things and grow as a business owner, as a lawyer, as just a person in general. And I hope that you've taken this year and you've taken something from it. And I hope this video helps you, because these are 3 things that I think were very important to understand about business moving forward. You've got to remain agile and nimble. You've got to consistently solve problems that people have, and you've got to have the right mindset. We're coming into a new year. We're coming into 2021, and we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know when things are going to get back to normal. But if you have the right mindset going into 2021, I can guarantee you, if you have that right mindset and you put in the work and do the things I talk about in this video, you can be successful in business. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really wanted to just share my thoughts. I know this really wasn't a legal tip or any legal education, but I think this is important as a business owner. So thank you again for watching. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Check us out on Facebook, links down below. And again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next video.
Thanks for listening to the Cozza Lawcast, where life, business, and the law collide. To find out more about the Cozza Law Group, check out www.cozzalaw.com.